That's a funny thing to promise.
What?
Well, you can't never let anything happen to him. Then nothing would ever happen to him.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies that you look at differently now as an adult.
I have the strangest feeling that I've seen that ship before. A long time ago. When I was very young.
For this list, we'll be looking at movies with a grown-up eye, themes, scenes and humour that looks different with age. What film do you look at differently now than you once did? Comment below. Number 10. Finding Nemo.
There. It's okay, Daddy's here. Daddy's got you. I promise I will never let anything happen to you. Nemo.
Finding Nemo is about a father's search for his son, and yet as a child, that father part probably doesn't register the same way it does to an adult, or especially a parent. Watching the movie,
It'll be okay.
No, it won't.
Sure it will. You'll see.
No, I promised him I'd never let anything happen to him.
to a kid, the movie is all about adventure, friendship, close calls and great escapes. They might also focus on the overprotective aspects of Nemo's father's character.
We'll start school in a year or two.
No, Dad! Just because you're scared of the ocean...
Clearly you're not ready and you're not coming back until you are. You think you can do these things, but you just can't, Nemo!
Whereas, parents watching the movie see Marlin putting himself through danger, doing everything he can to find his child. Unlike Brian Mills, Marlin might not have a particular set of skills, but that wasn't going to stop him from getting his kid back.
I can tell you I don't have money, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
Number 9. Clerks. Clerks is a very different movie if you're watching it as an adult, and particularly if you're an adult who has spent any time working in retail or customer service of any kind.
You both should be fired. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess we kind of got carried away. Well, I don't know if sorry can make up for it. You've highly offended me.
While the movie is funny regardless, the humour hits much more painfully close to home for anyone who has had to deal with customers on a daily basis.
The milkmaids?
The women that go through every gallon of milk looking for that later date, as if somewhere beyond all the other gallons is a container of milk that won't go bad for like a decade.
The crazy customers' annoying questions and having to endure it all for a minimum wage makes the movie funny to younger people.
You think you get stupid questions? You should hear the barrage of stupid questions I get.
What do you mean there's no ice? You mean I gotta drink this coffee hot?
So how much is this thing anyway?
But the relatability of it all has the added funny cause it's true bonus for the grown-ups in the audience. There's also something to be said for the other side also, as adults have had more experience dealing with awful employees as well.
Well, what about these two?
Oh, they suck.
These are the same two movies? You weren't paying any attention.
No, I wasn't.
Number 8. Peter Pan. We hope this doesn't ruin treasured childhood memories, but Peter Pan might not be the fun kid who never wants to grow up that you remember. Watching the film through adult eyes, Pan is, to put it bluntly, kind of a brat.
If Peter doesn't mind...
Go on. Go back and grow up. But I'm warning you. Once you're grown up, you can never come back. Never!
He throws temper tantrums when things don't go his way. And did we forget that it was he who cut off Captain Hook's hand? That's more than just a childish prank, regardless of what Mr. Smee says.
Good form! Did Pan show good form when he did this to me?
I Captain. Cutting your hand off was only a childish prank, you might say.
And as an adult, how can you not look at Peter taking Wendy and the kids to Neverland as anything but kidnapping?
But that means no more stories. No, I won't have it. Come on.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Luring them with pixie dust and stories of adventure feels kind of like the Disney equivalent of a guy in a van with candy.
It's the same as having wings.
Let's all try it, just once more. Look, we're rising off the floor. Jim and me. Oh, my. We can fly.
You can fly.
We can fly.
Number 7. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, hey, it's the same as always. We just have a really big backyard, okay?
All kids see when watching Mrs. Doubtfire, and all they should see, is a dad who loves his children so much that he would do anything to spend time with them, even if it means dressing up like an old British woman and getting a job as their nanny.
Mrs. Hillard, I presume?
Yes, I'm Miranda Hillard.
Euphigenia Doubtfire.
Yes. Won't you please come in?
However, as an adult, we might want to ask ourselves, why can't Daniel just be an adult? He didn't need to become Mrs. Doubtfire to see his kids, not to mention that he also used it to spy on his ex and her new boyfriend.
You own that big, expensive car out there. Oh, dear. Well, they say a man who has to buy a big car like that's trying to compensate for smaller genitals, is he? But not your case, because I see that you're a strapping lad, aren't you?
All Daniel needed to do in order to get joint custody of his kids was to get an apartment and a job, something pretty much all adults have to do at some point.
3 months in which to get a job, keep it, and create a suitable home. If this proves to be a possibility for you, I will consider a joint custody arrangement when we reconvene.
Number 6. Grease. Grease has been a musical favourite of kids for decades. But watching the film again as an adult, it's hard to miss all the sexual fervour underlining every hand jive and all those summer nights. Danny is a typical high school dude trying to act cool and brag about all of his conquests.
Well, she got friendly down in the sand. He was sweet, just under 10. Well, she was good, you know what I mean.
Rizzo has a pregnancy scare and just about everyone is trying to hook up.
Sandy, what's the matter with you? I thought I meant something to you.
To you? You think I'm gonna stay here with you in this sin wagon? You can take this piece of tin?
The late 70s and early 80s were a high time for teen sex comedies, from Meatballs to Porky's, and looking back at it, Grease was a teen sex comedy couched in colourful sets and super catchy songs.
You're too shy to convey, meditate my direction, feel your way.
Number 5. Sleepless in Seattle. It's so romantic. After falling in love with his voice on the radio, Annie eventually meets Sam on the observation deck atop the Empire State Building.
I saw you in the street.
Are you Annie? Yes.
You're Annie?
That mega meet cute is the part we'll all remember from Sleepless in Seattle, and the reason it still holds a place in our rom-com loving hearts all these years later.
Make just one heart-to-heart you. You sing to one.
It's nice to meet you.
But what about what happened before that moment? We seem to forget the part about Annie basically stalking Sam and his son at the beach and at their home.
Where's Greg?
What about the fact that she did all of it behind her fiancé's back, not telling him how she felt until just moments before heading off to her eventual meet cute?
It's a sign.
Who needed a sign?
Walter? I have to go.
Not to mention doing it on Valentine's Day as well. Number 4. Aladdin. As the genie, Robin Williams does over 10,000 impressions in Aladdin.
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. Hang on a second. Wow! Wow!
Okay, that might be a slight exaggeration, but there are a lot of them. And while younger viewers could laugh at the genie as Pinocchio and learn that camels tend to spit, there are a whole host of impressions and references that most probably didn't land until one watched the film later in life.
Genie, I need help.
All right, Sparky, here's the deal. If you want to court the little lady, you gotta be a straight shooter. Do you got it?
Jack Nicholson, Rodney Dangerfield, and Ed Sullivan are just a few of the adult-centric references Williams masterfully incorporated into the movie.
Genie of the lamp! Right here, direct from the lamp. Right here for your very much wish fulfillment. Thank you.
Whoa. And trust us, there are plenty more. Do you trust us?
Is it safe?
Sure. Do you trust me?
What?
Do you trust me?
Yes.
Number 3. The Parent Trap. In 1986, Nick and Elizabeth fell in love. They get married and have twin girls, Hallie and Annie. However, shortly after the girls are born, the couple gets a divorce. Hallie stays with Nick, while Annie goes with her mother to live in London.
You know who would look really beautiful in that gown? I mean, like, really beautiful.
Who?
You.
Me? You know what? I think that time change has made you a little loopy.
Eventually, the two girls meet and discover they're sisters and decide to switch places in an attempt to get their parents back together.
If we switch, sooner or later, they'll have to unswitch us. And when they do, they'll have to meet again, face to face.
Isn't it cute how... Hold on a second. Did we just casually mention a situation where two parents thought it would be right and that they could be content never seeing one of their children again?
You belong to your dad and Annie belongs to me.
His and hers kids. No offense, Mom, but this arrangement really sucks.
Maybe as a kid we could look past that, but not anymore.
Well, I'm quite grown up now and quite without a father. And I'm headed into my crazy mixed up teenage years, and I'll be the only girl I know without a mother to fight with.
Number 2. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. As a kid, who didn't want to be Ferris Bueller? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? He was the coolest dude.
You fake a stomach cramp, and when you're bent over, moaning and wailing, you lick your palms. It's a little childish and stupid, but then so is high school.
Lying to his parents, skipping school, and taking his best friend's dad's car for a joyride, and getting away with it all.
Yep. I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Although watching the film as an adult, possibly a parent, instead of wanting to be Ferris Bueller, you just hope that your kid isn't Ferris Bueller, lying to you, skipping school and stealing cars.
Ferris, my father loves this car more than life itself.
A man with priorities so far out of whack doesn't deserve such a fine automobile.
No.
And also as an adult, especially in this day and age with the concerns around mental health, one probably sees Cameron's depression through a much more concerned lens.
This may very well be for real. I think Cameron might have blown a microchip or two. He's always been a little keyed up.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Home Alone. We could talk about Kevin's booby traps, and how some would never have actually worked as well as they did, while others probably could have been deadly.
Heads up! Don't worry, Marv, I'll get him for you.
But none of that matters because as an adult watching Home Alone, there's really only one thing we're thinking. Say it with us. They forgot their kid.
What else could we be forgetting?
Kevin! Yes, they had lots of kids and it was really hectic, blah blah blah. And yes, it's not like they just got into the car without him, or even drove away before realizing it. They got all the way to the airport, boarded the plane, and were in the air before realizing they had left one of their children at home. Then in the second film, they did it again.
Kevin's not here. Kevin's not here.
What?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.